3, 2, 1, action. Hey guys, welcome back to Off the Record, where we talk about whatever
we want.
We got Kassem G in the house.
Thanks for having me. All right, okay.
I just started sounding like a monkey.
Yeah, that was.
Speaking of moving out, I wanted to ask you, are you local to LA?
Yeah, I'm in Culver City.
I mean, were you like born and raised here?
No, I moved to Los Angeles, or just outside Los Angeles, in '93.
Oh, from where?
I lived in Florida for 6 years before that, and then before that, I lived in Saudi Arabia for 3.5 years, and then I spent my first 6 months in Jordan, where I was born.
Oh.
You follow all that?
So you cannot be president of the United States.
I cannot be president, and I swear to God, as a kid, that bugged, and it really made me sad.
It would bug me.
Yeah.
I know that I can be president.
Imagine coming to a place.
Even I could be president, dude.
I know, it's just, well, you guys will never, but I mean, just like as a kid,
Damn.
I automatically wrote off politics as a young kid because they said, you can't be president. You know, they're telling little kids, you'll never be president. Imagine being a kid being told you'll
You'd
never
be a
president.
governor. Look at Arnold.
Wait, so you could be a citizen,
But he's
you
even
can't be a
bummed about it.
president unless you're naturalized citizen, or?
You have to be born with
Born
an
in the
American.
country.
How bummed is Arnold though? Because Arnold literally conquered every fucking thing he ever tried.
He would have,
Yeah.
he would have,
President.
He would have won.
President Arnold?
He would have won.
absolutely. And then it's gonna have to be The Rock, probably.
Oh, that's awesome. I look forward to that.
I'd vote for him.
I think Undertaker should run, frankly.
The Undertaker would get that right-wing radical right, no problem.
I'm a
Jesse
huge fan.
Ventura's the shit.
I love Jesse Ventura, unironically and ironically.
Yeah, but he's hella Russian now.
What are you talking about?
Oh, he went like the Steven Seagal route?
Yeah, he's out there. I think he's making content on Russia Today, and then like, yeah, you know, he was like was it a senator or governor of
Governor of
Minnesota?
Minnesota?
Yeah.
The great state of Minnesota.
He got into some conspiracy stuff.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stuff that I believe firmly.
Interesting guy. Yeah, I like somebody who's got wacky ideas, but with like a strong regular core value system.
Core value.
They get out here sometimes.
Is that what he talks like?
It's actually very, very good. And I'm very proud of it.
His impressions are underrated.
Was he also a Navy SEAL too?
Yeah.
Wow, he did a lot.
Yeah, he did a lot.
And he was in Predator with Arnold. Both of them became governors.
He also got sued by the American Sniper family.
Really?
Yeah, because they said that he punched the guy out, the main guy from
Kyle, Chris Kyle.
They said that Chris Kyle punched him out at a Marine Corps party because he was disrespecting the Marines, and that's something I would never do. And so he sued.
You almost sound like Sean Connery.
My Sean Connery's like this.
Oh yeah, it's close.
No, but
Do you hear the difference?
that's huge. That's such range. No, but that's what. So he sued them successfully. Sued the Kyles for defamation because that was bullshit.
Yeah. And you put something in a big movie like that, people are gonna believe it.
Yep.
Wait, Jesse Ventura punched him?
No, Jesse Ventura. Chris Kyle says that he punched Jesse Ventura out for shit talking the Marines at a party, and there was no witnesses who could corroborate the story.
Oh.
And so Chris Kyle was just trying to make himself look like a badass, basically.
Oh, and then he's like, no one punched me.
Right.
Jesse Ventura.
And
did.
then Jesse Ventura went like, how do we know all this shit that he claims is true, which is super fucking interesting, because once you put a movie out like that, everyone just believes it.
Right. And you put Bradley Cooper in the role.
Oh, yeah, I
and then
believe
he's
it.
just one of the most believable guys on screen.
Super believe it.
So do you still have your Jordanian citizenship? Yeah.
Sure do. Yeah.
Cool. And what are some benefits?
I'll never go back. No, I went back in 2014 to visit family and like kind of just to meet family for the first time since I was born there, and it was very interesting. There was a lot of. When I moved to the States, I was like a kid with an accent, didn't fit in with Americans, right? And then when I went back in 2014, I was like this Middle Eastern kid, but who like speaks, perfect English and doesn't have an accent. Coming back, I didn't identify with anyone. Imagine having like your family, some of them who you only see this much of, but like you've never spoken to and you can't speak to because of the language barrier. And,
I was about to ask if you.
so there's a lot of like head nodding, a lot of like my mom and dad having to translate and stuff like that.
So you spoke, was it Farsi or?
Arabic.
Arabic?
Yeah.
You spoke it before as a kid and then you forgot?
I spoke a lot of it, but my dad spoke English to me. So I was like, I did both, like at a 60-70% level. And then it went just English, 100%, and yeah,
Do they talk to each other in English, your parents?
both. They do both. Yeah.
Oh, and you still weren't able to retain
I can
any of it?
understand some of it.
Oh.
Like when they're cursing me out, or like, when they're angry, I can.
It's an Arabic curse.
Ibn al-Sharmuta,
Sounds cool.
I understand
yeah, there's.
I'd like to get cussed out like that. It sounds good.
Yeah, it's kind of romantic.
I feel like since it's an ancient language, it's all metaphors. Like, may the goat's horns fall off.
It's always
Cool.
animal stuff. Like if you call somebody an animal, like if you call somebody in Arabic a kalb, it's a dog. Like if you call somebody a dog, whoa, dude, like.
It's like saying fucker.
I called my uncle a dog one time, in Arabic, and like he slapped the shit out of me.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What was it?
Still
What does it
still
mean?
not over it.
The one that you just said. What does that mean?
Son of a whore or something like, something.
That sounds worse than dog.
Yeah, well, at least whores stand up to eat, dogs squat.
Whores don't always have to be walked.
So yeah, look, great place to visit on a short. And if you're unmarried, don't go. Like you're not allowed.
Really?
You would, you single women running around there.
Wow.
It would be weird.
Wow.
Yeah, you would want to just go to the main city and stay out of the suburbs. Very, very traditional, but like among the Arab states, more progressive than like Saudi Arabia, where I also spent time, as a kid. But we lived in a compound, so it was a walled-off area where all the expatriated people lived, and then people that are just from all over the world come and live in these compounds because it's safe, and there's like it's like a gated
It's a
community.
little bit more progressive in these compounds.
Yes, and the outside of it, you could, it's bumfuck. It's like the equivalent of like Alabama. No offense if you're from Alabama,
But your whole state is bumfuck.
I want to go to Alabama.
lovely. I'm sure it's
I want to see a guy with 3 teeth and overalls with a little
straw.
straw just coming out with a banjo.
That's the mayor. You just described the mayor.
I drove through Alabama.
Really? How was it? Did you see the old
What is
overall
it
guy?
in between Texas and Louisiana?
That's how people feel when they're going through Alabama.
Louisiana is on Texas, I think.
Is it? Fuck, I forgot. Yeah, I had.
Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama.
Because I know the hurricanes go and wreck Houston too.
When I do run for president, I don't think I'm going to win Alabama, by the way.
No, I don't think any of us
No.
will. But you know what? On this video, there'll be a comment from somebody that's like, "I'm from Alabama, and I couldn't agree more." Like, there's always the.
Oh yeah, but then there's the guy who's like, I'm from Alabama and I'm writing this from the internet, I'll have you know, which we have.
No, I got it mixed up with Arkansas because we did go to Arkansas.
Oh.
You know what? This is something I don't do enough of. Pull up a map of the United States.
Yeah. No.
Was that right?
Yeah, Louisiana is touching.
Louisiana,
Texas.
Mississippi, Alabama. Okay.
And I lived in Florida right after Saudi Arabia, which is a lateral move.
What part of Florida?
Kissimmee, which is, if you know Florida, is the chicest part. Right where Walt Disney World is.
We were in Kissimmee.
It's a tourist trap.
It's not kissing me.
It's not Kassem?
Oh, I thought that was Kissimmee.
I know I tried to change it. It's weird. Alligators are just crossing the highway. It's just weird.
Which part of Florida is that?
It's near Orlando. It's
Oh.
it's
That's where we were for VidCon. Wait, no, what the fuck is it called?
Playlist.
Playlist.
Florida. Playlist. That's where we went. Where we stayed in Playlist was where my father worked at the.
Caribe Royale?
No, it was the one before that, like the World Trade Convention Center one, Marriott.
Caribe Royale was the
That was
that was the beginnings, my friend.
it was the log ride of hotels. Yeah.
And then you guys came down to California.
And then in '93, made the jump to California. Had to break up with a girl at the time. I was in 4th grade. She was in 5th.
What a pimp!
Yeah, well, she was a bright student. She was in the gifted class, and I had to tell her I'm moving to California this summer. So
Where'd you break it to
probably
her?
gonna become a surfer. We were at Universal Studios.
That's fucked up.
We were on a class trip to Universal Studios, and it was kind of romantic because we spent that day like we'd never see each other again. And on my podcast, I remembered her name and I reached out, and then people were sending me her address.
Oh my
Creepy.
God.
Yeah, so I'm
doxed
investigating. They doxed her, but there's a couple of them. But they're like, this could be her. This is the right age. She had lived in where you lived at the same
Whoa,
time, and like.
creepy.
So I'm like, thank you, to those guys who I'm sure are
Did you
gonna
ever
be
hit her
in
up?
prison soon. Huh?
Did you ever hit her up?
No, not yet.
Do you have a picture of her?
I need to see a photo first.
Are you gonna send her like a letter? Like,
What will I do?
Send her like from Universal, like the last memories you had.
holy shit, that's so scary. That's so creepy.
You know what? You can probably
Don't handwrite anything. Like cut out all the letters, just so like, cause what if she
Just
can't
write-
read your writing?
Right, almost like a ransom note.
You can probably ask Alexa, because today's video is brought to you by Alexa.
And I love Alexa because when me and Gio are having fun in the kitchen, not in that way.
No one thought.
Sure sounded like it.
One of the favorite things to do is, I don't even know what the name of this game is, but we'll say,
We made it up.
We'll be like, hey Alexa, play this, and we'll have a theme, like whether it's colors. So we try to brainstorm each other with songs that have colors in it, or songs that have numbers in it, or songs about certain cities, and they'll just play whatever song that we request, and it's super fun.
And I'm always looking for ways to make my life easier. We're all juggling too much. So the ability to offload even the smallest task can make a difference. One convenience that I can't believe I live without: smart bulbs connected to Alexa. And right now, Amazon Alexa is offering a special smart lighting bundle for my listeners.
And with the Amazon Smart Lighting Bundle, you can turn your home into a smart home in just minutes. Setup is easy, and you don't need any extra equipment. Just connect your smart bulb to the Echo Dot, and you're all set. Set every possible mood. We should probably get this so we can set the mood with our music. With over 16 million light colors to choose from, or control the lights in your home with the sound of your voice. Just say, Alexa, turn on the lights. You could also set lighting routines to gently wake you up in the morning, help you wind down at night, or completely turn off at a certain time.
Right now, you can get 20% off of your Amazon Smart Lighting Bundle only at amazon.com/offtherecord. Every bundle includes an Echo Dot, smart speaker, and a singled color-changing light bulb. That's 20% off at amazon.com/offtherecord.
So sometimes I come home and Nikki's talking to the Amazon Alexa, and she's having it tell her a story.
How cute.
That's sad.
I think you need friends, man.
Like what kind of story? Like
It'll tell you all kinds of stories.
like Three Little Bears.
If you say, Alexa, tell me a story, she will full on tell you a story.
Like, would she tell me the drama between like Offset and Cardi B?
I don't think that.
That might be kind of cool.
I fired
I like
Alexa
that.
the other day. I was like, Alexa, you're fired. And it was like, well, I will be working for myself.
She was very professional.
Oh, shit.
I like her.
I reached out to an old flame. I was like about maybe 12. Went to a camp meeting kind of thing, and then she became a girlfriend, but we had to break up because the camp was over, and I totally lost her. And we would write letters to each other, call on the phone, and then she was like, yeah, I don't think. My dad thinks, he doesn't believe that we're gonna stick together. And I was like, what? He doesn't think that? And then I got so heartbroken that her dad thought that I stopped talking to her.
Oh my gosh.
And proved his point.
But I was like 11,
Yeah.
right? I was so stupid. Maybe I was younger than that, like 9. I don't know. But anyways, some time passed, and in Facebook you could stalk people pretty good, right? So I typed in their name.
Real good.
I remember the city she was in, and I was looking at it, and I was like, hell no, I'm not gonna message her.
She turned out not too good.
What if she did that shit to you too? She's like, I'm about to hit Joe. Fuck that.
Damn. Yeah, because you guys never technically broke up.
We're still together.
Dude, I had that happen to me. So I was living in Virginia. We moved to California, San Diego, and I was, my girlfriend at the time. That's like when you're in 5th grade, they're your girlfriend, but you never really talk to them
Yep.
or hang out or
It's a
anything.
title.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, I like you, you like me, cool. We're boyfriend, girlfriend now. So I remember moving all the way to San Diego, and for like a year, anytime a chick would try to like talk to me or anything like that, I was like, I just literally, I have a girlfriend. But I had no means of communication with her
That
whatsoever.
is so funny.
We had no internet or like any of that kind of shit, like way of messaging each other. Nothing at all whatsoever. I didn't have her address, nothing. I just am such a diehard ass loyal bitch.
When did
But
you stop being loyal then?
when one of my friends was like, dude, we haven't even talked to her in a fucking year. What are you, stupid? Like, what are you doing? And then that's when I was like, oh yeah, okay, it's time to move on.
It's good quality.
Cute.
You've been a monogamous guy since I've known you. I mean, I don't know what you're really doing, but I've never seen you rifle through the babe since I've known you. You've had.
He's always been a relationship guy. Like he's in like long-term relationships.
Yeah, I'm generally the same way. I've only had a short spurt, maybe a couple years where I was.
Babe Rifler.
Babe Rifler.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, I wasn't, but even then, it wasn't a lot. It was just kind of like, it was the first time I think I had sex and been like, you're not my girlfriend, you know, so this is okay for us to just go do our own thing and maybe never speak to each other again.
That happened to me once and I couldn't handle it. I couldn't fucking.
You fell in love?
Yeah, no. Well, I tried to fall in love afterward, but I was like, oh, I'm not into this.
Why? What happens?
I had a one-night stand with a chick who came to one of my improv shows. I was pretty good that night, and she was pretty into me. And then we went to dinner afterward with like the whole crew, and I invited her. And then we ended up going back to her place. We fucked, and then I don't do that kind of shit, right? So I was like, oh fuck. And the next day, I was like trying to kind of force it. Like maybe a romantic flame there, and I
Bought a ring?
You felt guilty?
I talked to, yeah, I felt kind of guilty maybe, but I tried talking to her, texting her. She called me a couple times, and I ended up seeing her a second time, and then I was like, I'm good.
So you broke it off?
Yeah, but that was my one night stand that I really just dragged into something, just trying to make it my usual thing, because yeah.
Did you do like couple more night stands just to make sure?
I did one more half
You always
stand.
have to do
I did what I call a half stand.
Is it a
What makes it
blowjob?
a half stand?
I kind of called it. Like, she actually emerged naked from like her room or
I
whatever.
love when that happens, yeah.
And I was not into it at all whatsoever. And
With
so
the
it was
same
a half
person?
stand. Yeah, same person. So it was a half stand. Because
What happened? You needed love?
if I'm not emotionally into somebody, I can't fucking do it.
You
So what
know,
happened the first time
I
you
kind
were
of agree with
drinking?
that.
We were drinking.
Yeah, alcohol. Now I don't drink alcohol, so it's like there's no lubricant to, you know, everything is just bone dry sober when you're trying to get in the mood, and it's way more difficult.
What does that say about me? Because I don't need love to fuck, and I'm sober all the time.
I think that's on a t-shirt. That should be on a t-shirt.
That's clean living. Yeah. You strike me as a guy who doesn't have a lot of like possessions, you know, like you don't have to have things.
I'm a hack rabbit.
Ton of possessions.
Possessions?
Out of everyone here, he has the most possessions.
Oh, that's all his stuff?
That's all his stuff. And that's
Completely misjudged.
I think he's more open with his darkness, and it's pretty light. And whereas I think our darknesses are perhaps a little more in the dark.
Like what?
Like we both were acne kids who like.
Oh, your sadness?
Yeah, became-
I thought you had like dark secrets like, yeah, man, I let fucking Nikki stick a candle up my asshole and light it up, and then the candle wax drips on my ball sack.
I would talk about that on JK News actually, if that happened.
So the darkness is like things you're ashamed of?
No, it's just drama maybe that you went through as a kid or whatever, or some stupid
It's
thing
buried.
that you bury with laughter or hopeful laughter for many years without therapy.
That's the darkness.
Yeah.
I got darkness too, guys.
Maybe that's why you're having those dreams. Chopping up people.
That's years ago. That was 6-7 years ago. I don't have dreams anymore, remember?
You're living your dreams. That's what you say.
Everyone's got their shit, but I admire your ability to just like, you know.
Be a hooker.
Yeah, I do actually.
Hey, your samurai hair really came in.
I need some form of connection. It doesn't have to be love, but some form of intimacy.
He says thank you.